There's a program for girls in grades 3 through 8 that is sweeping the nation. It now boasts over 130,000 girls in 200 plus cities across North America each year. Find out more about what's going on locally next on Connecting Our Community. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Connecting Our Community. I'm Karen Allen. We are meeting Elizabeth McGlynn today. She is the Executive Director of Girls on the Run of Montgomery County. Well, you know, Girls on the Run, what is that? They're not running away, they're running to something. It's a fabulous organization. I'm familiar with it myself because my girls were a little bit of a part of this, actually, but not exactly the way you do it, which is amazing. This is so awesome. Tell us about it, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Well,
Thanks for
first,
coming.
Thank you for having me. So, Girls on the Run is a positive youth development program that includes a physical activity. It was started in 1996 by a woman named Molly Barker in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Molly felt that girls weren't given enough of the tools to navigate their teenage years. All of the issues that come up when you hit middle school and high school, the cliques that form, the bullying, and things like that. So Molly decided that she was going to use the power of running to teach confidence. And she started this program with a group of 13 girls, and this season we are going to be serving our millionth girl nationwide.
That is amazing. Millionth
Millionth.
Across the nation.
Across the United States.
That is a lot of girls.
Yeah.
That is an incredible lot of girls. All right, so tell me how the program works. A million girls. That's amazing.
Right. It's a curriculum-based program, so it meets twice a week in the spring and the fall for 10 or 12 weeks, depending on where you live in the country. In the colder states, it's typically only 10 weeks. And each lesson has a plan. There's a plan for each lesson and a theme. And so, for example, if it's bullying, the topic will be introduced and the girls will warm up. They'll talk about the topic. They'll do a workout. They will talk about their feelings after the workout, and then they do a cool down. But during that whole time, all of the activities that they do are geared towards that topic.
Okay, so it always involves a workout, or does it always involve running itself?
It always involves running. So there is stretching, and we have stretching exercises to warm up, and then we also have the cool down. So, but there's always a portion that's running. The girls aren't required to run, but we encourage them to move forward.
In other words, if they walk, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's about physical movement.
It really is about physical activity. We're really just trying to get them moving forward.
Okay, but just as an aside, if they're in a wheelchair or they're disabled,
Sure.
they're still welcome to
Absolutely.
join. The point, of course, is not the run as much of it's the physical activity of some sort and the discussion of the bullying or whatever it is that they're discussing that day.
Exactly. So really, we call ourselves a self-esteem program, and that's really kind of what we'd like to get across. We are not your typical track program.
Right, they're not there to train
Exactly.
for anything
Exactly.
or be competitive, right?
Well, we do train them. We want
Oh.
them to get ready for a 5K fun run. So the
Okay.
idea is
But you
is
said
that-
fun run,
Yes,
so-
it is a fun run. So it's non-competitive, non-timed, but we want to give them a goal so they have something to set their minds towards at the beginning of the season. So a lot of girls come into the program who might already be able to run a 5K, but there are a lot of girls who come in and think that's such a long distance. And so they think there's no way they're ever going to get to that. But week by week, we get them ready, and then at the end, we put on a 5K each season.
That is such a wonderful idea because, so many times we see in today's female empowerment, in
Sure.
all walks of life, we see women going for that marathon, no matter what it is they're doing, or you always see them announcing, I'm going to do that half marathon or marathon. That seems to be the ultimate get for them. So this is a great way to show them empowerment and self-esteem from
Right.
wherever they're coming from. I love this idea. It's wonderful. Of course, I'm not one of those people. But anyway, I would be like, power walk to Nordstrom.
That's great, as
With-
long as you're walking.
But what a wonderful idea. And so,
Thank you.
are there any trips involved with this? And the reason I'm asking is because that's the Girls on the Run thing that my girls were involved in, which is
Sure.
separate.
No, there are no.
Just-
It's all based wherever they're doing the program, whether it's at a school or a community center. And then the girls, the one trip they take is we do the Westfield Montgomery Mall. We put our 5K on there every season. So at the end of the 10 weeks, that's their goal, is to come to the race and compete or,
Right.
be part of the 5K.
Only because there is a Nordstrom at that mall. But I digress. Okay. So they meet. Couldn't help myself. They meet once a week, right?
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Uh-huh.
Okay. For like 10 or 12 weeks or whatever.
Yep.
So it's a seasonal type.
We do it once in the spring and once in the fall.
Okay.
Yep.
And the same girls come back for each sort of semester,
Sure. Usually we like them to. We like the girls to at least do 2 of the curriculum because then they get the full power of the program. But we have a lot of girls who have done this from 3rd all the way through 8th grade. So our younger group in the 3rd through 5th grade is called Girls on the Run. And then the 6th grade through 8th grade program is called Girls on Track. So girls could technically do it all 6 years.
All right, so you do encourage them to continue when they get to their next school, correct?
Yes, into middle school, absolutely. And a lot of our girls go on to be runners in high school as well.
That's wonderful. So you actually do train them to be even runners if they have that ability.
Well, they get the running bug. Yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them come back to us and tell us that they never knew that they would enjoy running so much, and it's a great way for them to kind of clear their heads, and the endorphins they get from running, and they do better in school, and it's just, running there's just a lot of great benefits to running.
That is so true.
Physical, mental.
Definitely, especially when you're young.
Yeah.
I can't remember that far back, but I think you're so right, though. Now, who are the people that do these programs? In other words, the teachers, the trainers, where do they come from?
Sure, our coaches are all volunteers. We love them.
Wow.
We have over 600 volunteer coaches in Montgomery County.
In Montgomery County alone?
I know, right?
So imagine nationwide.
Right.
There must be
tens of thousands.
Gazillions, It's
so fantastic and it's women and men who give us, 2.5 to 3 hours a week of their time, and they're dedicated to these girls. And really, the only requirement is that they enjoy this age group and that they are willing to be out there with them. You do not need to be a runner to be a coach. And it's people who just want this program, for whether it's their daughters or the children in their school. We have a lot of guidance counselors that do the program, as well as teachers. We've had principals run the program in their school.
Wonderful.
So anyone who's interested in this age group and thinks that their girls would benefit from it is welcome to be a coach.
We'll definitely be dropping off to you all at home the website where you can, of course, find out how to volunteer and how to sign up, right?
Yes,
all these things.
Absolutely.
We'll tell you more by the end of the show how to, of course, get in touch with these people, because it's a fantastic program. It's all girls, but the coaches can be anything.
Coaches can
Girls.
be men or women, as long as they're over 21 years old.
That's fantastic. And do you vet the coaches, though?
We do. We background check our coaches. We ask them to get CPR first training, which we pay for. One coach at each site is required at least to have CPR first aid training. And then they all register online through a coach registration system that we have.
That's fantastic. Now, who pays for equipment or your locations,
Sure.
which I guess are in the schools?
We do. Well, they're not inside the school. We typically meet outside the schools because it's a running program.
Right, that makes sense.
And so but we do have inclement weather space inside the school, because we can still implement the program on a rainy day. We just have to kind of make do with the room that we have and do as much physical activity as we can. But we do meet typically at schools or community centers, wherever the program is based. And as far as the fees are concerned, we are a program, we do have a fee, but it's on a sliding scale based on household income, so that families who are not able to afford it have a way to still enroll their daughters.
Right, that's great. And
So-
it's nonprofit.
It is a nonprofit, so we raise funds through sponsorships of our 5K and our program itself. And then we get some individual donations, some grant money, foundation money. It's a good mix of revenue so that we can keep the program alive for the girls that need the scholarship, and we also supply shoes to girls that don't have them.
Wow, that's wonderful. So maybe on the same website you can call for shoes and or any other donations or
The
anything
girl-
else.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. Wow. Okay, that's fantastic. Now, what do you hear from girls who have been to the program of all the years that it's carried and then go to college and come back, are they becoming coaches? Are they telling you how they're doing? Are they, waxing wonderful things about the program later? Do you hear from them?
And Girls on the Run International hears from them mostly because our program in Montgomery County isn't old enough to have a college student yet. But the alumni for Girls on the Run International do go back. They do volunteer in their local cities. They do stay engaged. They have an alumni network for those girls. And so we'll establish that as the years
wonderful,
come by and go by, and
Because
hopefully.
you just started in '96, as you said.
Well, it started in '96, but in Montgomery County it didn't start until 2007.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we're just in our 8th year here, but it is an 18-year-old program. So there are definitely girls out there that have been in the program and have come back and volunteered in various ways for the organization in general.
So it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It really is, and we hope that the girls in Montgomery County feel that way and come back and become coaches and mentors to girls that that they can help with the program as well.
It's all good and more good coming on back in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Girls on the Run. Stay tuned.
When you donate goods in response to an international disaster, it's expensive.
They have to cross the sea, pass through customs, be inspected, sorted, then finally delivered.
And often they arrive too late to help, making your good intentions feel a little empty.
There is a better way.
Cash donations are fast, simple, and allow professional relief workers to purchase supplies close at hand.
Cash is best. Learn more at CIDI.org.
It's our duty to serve veterans and military families who serve their country in the most difficult ways imaginable. Together, we can say thank you in so many ways. Small acts of kindness mean more than anything. With our support, veterans and military families can face even the most difficult challenges. Let's honor their service with ours.
We are back with Elizabeth McGlynn, the Executive Director of Girls on the Run of Montgomery County. I have to look at the page because I end up pronouncing things wrong, etc. But that's who we're with if you've been with us the entire show, and I know you have. Don't touch that dial or remote because we're talking about Girls on the Run, which is the neatest organization. I want to ask Elizabeth now a little bit about who are the girls that are actually joining. Who are the Girls on the Run exactly? Like, where do they come from? What schools you're in? And especially in Montgomery County, we already know this is a vast organization, nationwide. And you mentioned international, so I'm thinking it's actually international.
Well, Canada.
Okay, that's
right now.
That's a
Just
start.
Canada so far.
We'll get it everywhere.
Yep.
But within Montgomery County, who are we talking about? Who needs this organization?
Well,
I mean, everybody, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, so it's girls in 3rd through 8th grade. We're all over the county, so we are in all areas of the county. We have over 120 schools that participate, and then some community centers. It's public, it's private schools, so it's a good mix. Everyone needs the program. Any girl that wishes to be in the program, we would love to have her. And they come from we have a very diverse background of girls, just very reflective of the county itself. And we have girls that can afford the full price of the program as well as girls who are on full scholarship.
That's quite a range.
Yes.
Because Montgomery County is diverse.
Right.
And is becoming even more ethnic, actually.
Absolutely.
As the stats say. So I imagine that you'll see that reflected as well over the coming years.
We do. We really do reflect the county with the girls that we serve.
Do you find it easy to recruit them or harder to recruit them, or how do they find out about it?
Well, most of it is word of mouth. So once you're in one school in a cluster, all of a sudden you get a lot of phone calls, especially around the time of our 5K fun run, because
Yeah,
there's so
I was
much
gonna ask you about
excitement,
that next,
energy, and the T-shirt, the big,
The t-shirt.
the all-important T-shirt and medals that the girls so proudly wear. And so then, word gets out. And people want to know, how do I get this program? And people talk at the middle school level, and so it trickles down to the elementary schools. So usually after the 5K, our phone starts ringing off the hook. How do I get this program for my daughter? And people hear about it. And so it's pretty rare that we have to go knock on a school's door. They usually come to us and ask us to how to get the program started.
Which is not bad.
It's
for you
great.
guys, right?
It's great. It's been fantastic. We've been very fortunate in Montgomery County.
Which, because also it's a great program, but also it's needed. I mean, there are Girl Scouts and things like that, which are, I was a Girl Scout, fabulous, love the cookies. But this is another way of doing things. And you mentioned the 5K, which I think we should expand on, because
Okay.
you're talking about medals and T-shirts and training toward a
Yes.
goal, which, we said that women love to, to talk about their wonderful goal of achieving a great run.
Right. Well, the 5K is the celebratory event of our program. We call it building confidence through accomplishment. So the girls get this goal at the very beginning of the 10 weeks, and some of them, like I said, can say, oh, I can run a 5K right now. But a lot of them need to build up to it, and it's that goal of can I do this? And they come to this amazing event, and it's at the Westfield Montgomery Mall. We do it twice a year, so once in November and once in May at the end of the season. And we have about 5,000 runners at each of our events, and that includes the families. So anybody that wishes to participate and celebrate with their daughter can do so. We have a
Wow.
lot of school principals that come out to support staff of school. It really has turned into this really just fun community event. We get a DJ, we get the girls warmed up. We usually have a positive female role model that kicks off the festivities, and some of our runners come in at 24 minutes, and others takes them a little bit over an hour, and we celebrate each and every one of them the same. And it's one of my favorite. I always stand at the finish line when the girls are coming in, and it's so amazing to see their faces, their families' faces when they cross the finish line. The sense of accomplishment, it's fabulous.
Yeah, you can't really buy that. You
Right.
just gotta, it doesn't matter the time, it's crossing the line.
That's right.
Finish line, that's wonderful. Now, what do you need in the way of volunteers?
So we always need coaches, always, because as our program grows, we keep a very small ratio of 20 girls to 3 coaches at absolutely every lesson, and so sometimes that can be a burden on the coach to be at a school twice a week for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So the more coaches we can get, the better. And so that's our biggest need.
Okay.
The other thing is we have an adult charity running program called Soulmates. And what Soulmates is like you see people who raise money for all different causes while doing some sort of physical activity, whether it's a triathlon or a marathon or whatever. So people say, okay, I want to raise my money for Girls on the Run. And so it's just kind-hearted people who are willing to enter an event. And sometimes we can secure bibs for events and give them to our runners. And then in turn, they raise money through their friends and their network, and that helps fund our scholarship. So we always love to get those volunteers. We have regional coordinators who help us deliver coach bags. So that's another
That's good.
position. And
Just to
teens can
mention-
volunteer too. And
Yeah.
at the 5K, that's the other
That's
big one.
right.
We really need a lot of volunteers to put on a 5K for 5,000 people.
And that's twice a year.
twice a year.
So you need a lot of volunteers.
A lot. We need well over 100 volunteers at each 5K.
I'm going to give this to them now, but we're going to give it at the end of the show too. It's Girls on the Run of MoCo.org. Girls on the Run of MoCo.org. We're going to give it to you again at the end of the show, but we know you're running right now, not leaving the show, of course, but at the same time you've got your device and you're looking it up right now. Girls on the Run of MoCo.org, so you can volunteer for this wonderful organization, and to be a coach or help at the 5K or whatever it is, donations or whatever.
Sponsors. We're always
Sponsors,
looking
they
for
need
sponsors.
A
in-kind
good designer for a new T-shirt.
donations. Yeah.
Every year you got a new T-shirt.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Yeah, all of our sponsors go on our website. On the back of our T-shirt, we have a lot of partnerships with our sponsors where, we, like our snack program, for example, we do that with Whole Foods, and they give all of our nutrition advice to our coaches so that they can go out and buy healthy, good
I'm all
choices
that,
for the
exactly.
girls.
Watermelon only. Tomatoes. Now, do you train your volunteers? And
We do.
How do you do that? And do you tell them what kind of time commitment is needed?
Yep.
For various jobs, obviously.
Sure.
Require different time.
So for the coaches, the job kind of description is on our website so they know what they're getting into. And once they have signed up and decided that this is what they want to do, we do a coach training. We do an online video that kind of gives them the nuts and bolts of what Girls on the Run is and all of our policies. They go through the background check and the CPR first aid training. And then we actually do an in-person demonstration of a lesson for them so that they don't go into the first lesson blind and
Right.
they know what they're
Yeah.
doing. And we provide them all of the materials. So they get a coach bag full of absolutely everything that they need to do the program.
Yeah, that's great.
They get the curriculum, they get all of the index cards, markers, scissor, anything that is in the curriculum is in their coach bag provided to them.
I'm sure it doesn't look bad on your resume to have such a wonderful volunteering position as a coach in this organization. This is really good.
I think all of our
Looks good.
coaches really are doing it for the benefit of these girls. They love these girls and they want these girls to have. I hear a lot of the coaches are in my age group, and I hear
22.
so I hear all the time that they wish there was a program like this when they were growing up, that they and so they want it for their daughters or for the girls in their school.
Did I tell you folks she has 4 boys and the oldest is 22? But let's not go there now. All right, yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Okay, I meant to ask you is, do your volunteers of a certain age, meaning the younger types that are in school, do they get SSL hours for this?
They can get SSL hours. We have, so if you're 16 years old, you can be what's called an assistant coach, where you come back and you help out the coach by being a mentor to these younger girls. And that is where our girls are starting to really kick in now, because we have a lot of high school girls and they are coming to the practices and helping out. We also have a program for junior coaches, and that is a program for girls who may not have this at their middle school and they come back to their elementary school and serve as a mentor. So that's a possibility. The 16 and up get the SSL hours. The younger guys don't.
Right.
But
But they can aspire to do it when they're
absolutely.
16.
And we
Okay.
do have SSL positions for our 5K. They can do cheer stations. They can help out at the water station by handing out cups of water
That's
to our
worth
runners.
SSL, right?
Absolutely.
It's just fun to do anyway.
Yeah.
They're not, that's
And we
what-
have other SSL opportunities in the office as well, administrative stuff. All of those 150 coach bags that have to get packed and unpacked.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work for my office staff, and so we love to have volunteers, enthusiastic teenagers who would help us pack and unpack and sort supplies. It's a huge job each season.
Now let me ask you a question, kind of personal here.
Sure.
You have 4 boys, but you're in an organization for girls, so none of your boys could be a girl on the run.
No.
How did you get there?
So
How did you, Elizabeth, get there?
Okay, so I started running in 3rd grade. I was very fortunate. I grew up in North Carolina, which is where this program started, and I had a track team in 3rd grade. And the power of running it was just so powerful. The endorphins that I got, the community, running with people, talking about your problems. I still do it to this day. I just get so much out of running. And when somebody told me about this organization, I just couldn't say no. And I grew up in a family of 7 girls, so
Oh my God.
I needed to get my girl fixed somehow with a house with 4 boys.
That is really interesting. 7 girls and you had 4 boys, and somehow you stopped at 4 boys. Okay,
Right.
wow.
Yeah, so this was just a good combination for me. My undergraduate degree was in marketing, and my graduate degree was in community health and wellness.
Wow.
And I'm a runner, so it was the perfect marriage of all 3 of those things.
It's such a nice story.
Yeah, it's great.
You really
I love it.
have a job you love.
I do love it.
That is wonderful. All right, so you plan to be executive director for a while.
I think so. As long as my board of directors will have me.
That's wonderful. That is really a nice story, because it's nice to have a passion and to follow it and do something you love.
I do. I love seeing the girls at the 5K. It's a blast.
All right, well, okay. We should start giving out some information. Once again, Elizabeth, what will they see when they, let's give the information, and what will they see when they go to girlsontheRunofMoco.org, which is on the screen now. That's an online form that they can complete, and they can also call 301-881-3801. While that's up there, that website has what on it?
It has everything. It has all the information about both Girls on the Run and Girls on Track, our 2 programs. It has the links for both our program registration as well as our 5K registration. It gives information about our local council, so specific to Montgomery County, and our board of directors, our staff, how to volunteer, our sponsors, our wonderful sponsors that support the program, and then health tips are on there as well. We have typically a healthy eating tip as well as a healthy behavior tip.
So there's something for everyone on this website.
Yeah.
So even if you want to sign up for it, or if you want to be a volunteer, You can register, you can find out more information, you can sponsor, you can, any of the above. Everything's on girlsontheRunofMoco.org. And once again, 301-881-3801. I know that's been on the screen, that slide, which is wonderful. It's what a great idea. Okay, and we also want to, I don't know how much time we have left. 1 minute. Okay, so that's enough time to talk about the Connecting Our Community blog. It's mymcmedia.org. It's on the website. That is the website that we have at MyMC Media. Just wanted to let you all know and remind you that this show is called Connecting Our Community. So you can go on there. You can find out more about this show and other shows. Elizabeth, any last thoughts you want to leave? Because you've said it all, but you are a very passionate person and you're very inspiring.
Thank you so much. We feel wonderfully supported in Montgomery County by both the county government as well as the sponsors that we have, our parents, our volunteers. I can't thank them enough. They really are the backbone of our program. We've been very fortunate to be in a county that values this program.
Okay, you're blessed.
Yes, we
Okay,
really
Elizabeth
are.
McGlynn, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I'm Karen Allen, and thank you everybody for watching Connecting Our Community, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.